Today I'm sitting with Aveline Horty. Aveline is the co-founder of a brand new development that has just broken ground down here in Bingen called DU. Aveline, tell me something about yourself.
Thanks, Patrick. I'm from a 5-generation deep property development company in the UK and the British Channel Islands. I moved to Jakarta in my 20s and ran architectural and engineering practices, which I basically have done all my working life. So I'm deeply grounded in both property development and in Indonesian culture. I speak Indonesian pretty fluently, and I've probably got every qualification you can have as a builder and a project manager.
So tell me, why DU?
I think Eugene and I and City met at a time in our lives where we realized that in the next 10, 15 years, we will actually stop working. And we wanted to hand our knowledge onto our children. So who are all young professionals in law and architecture and property themselves. So we created a family office together to really hand our life knowledge onto our children and create DU as a very stable project moving forwards for 4 generations. That's what a 53-year lease represents.
Fantastic. So, Aveline, tell me, what separates DU from its competition in the market today?
I started looking a year and a half ago for some land to do a project for myself. And I found a lot of projects. And I looked deeply at a lot of projects. I found a couple of builders I would personally trust, no more than that. I didn't find the right location. I found a lot of secondary locations, and personally, as a 5 generations deep property developer, especially in an unstable world, I will only invest in premium real estate and prime location, because that mitigates a whole load of risk for me going forwards as an individual and also as a company. So I think one of the things that really differentiates us in this project is we're very personally invested. Everything's been paid for in cash to this point. It's very stable financially. It's on great land in a great location. We have great builders, great architects. We're a very, very happy and confident team. And we've really put things together in the way we would want to create it for ourselves and our children, to hand them a legacy that is stable. And I don't know that there are very many projects in Bali that really have that ethos. To last time, to stand the test of time, is not something you usually find in a Bali project. But having been here, in Indonesia for over 35 years of my own life, and having been in the property game since I was 17 years old, I did my first project with my own hands and a team of builders. I really think longevity is a very important part of a project, and I'm very, very confident in our management. We actually have proper hotel managers. They are very experienced. You can check the links for my bio, you can check the links for the management team bio, and really do your research on why we are so comfortable and relaxed about our project. I couldn't find another project to invest in where I felt comfortable and relaxed.
So I'm hearing location, and I'm hearing team. And tell me more about the concept. What is it you want to accomplish here at DU?
Well, the concept is really to take those core values of professionalism, trustworthiness, reliability, and commitment, and really to develop something which is excellent, also fairly simple, because if something's too complex, how do you keep it consistent over a long period of time? So the simplicity and kind of the perfection. We created a brand so that everything hangs together very closely around a central concept over time. And nothing really changes. We create a stable model that is quality, and produces stability for our family and our investors going forward. So when I looked to invest in Bali for myself and find something for myself, I couldn't find anything, Patrick, that ticked my boxes as a long-term property professional who's been in development and management of property as a family for generations. And I couldn't find anything that really represented quality and stability. So why would I put my money into that? I need to go on and create it for myself. I know what I'm doing. My family's been doing it for generations. I have shopping centres. I have commercial office blocks. I have shops, all kinds of things in UK and in British Channel Islands that my family built, own and operate for generations. So this is what we do. And I couldn't find in the Balinese market anything that was of the quality that I need. So I realized I needed to produce it myself. And I'm amazed at the quality of the team I've managed to put together. I'm so comfortable and happy. We have over 100 years of building experience combined. We have over 65 years of architectural design and project management experience combined. And I'm very confident, so much so that, we don't really want to sell too much of what we're creating. We want to really keep it like a fund that is for the family going forwards. And that's the way it is. We profit share on the ROI, on the income from holiday letting, so that we only get paid from that when our investors have already been paid. And we really wanted to create a quality and stable model of development here in Bali.
That sounds extremely unique and even seems to run contrary to the market trends of Bali today, where sustainability is such an overused buzzword today that the market has probably lost the clarity on what it actually means. But I think from what you are telling me, sustainability is going to be a foundational component of the project going forward.
Yes, and really financial sustainability.
Yeah. So Dayu is the brand. Tell me, Aveline, because I don't know. What is the difference when I build a building between just naming a building and creating a brand?
There is a big difference, Patrick, because if you think of it, over time, you might start a building and you say, I want it to be painted like this and look like this and the staff to behave like this. But over time, you're not necessarily going to be there anymore, and that building will then change because there's no central ethos for people to adhere to in the running, the management, the new interior design as time goes forwards, etc., of the building. So that's why we created a brand, so everybody knows exactly what they're doing, and all the way down to the staff that meet our guests at the front door, or the hand towel in the bathroom, or the mug in the kitchen cupboard, or the kind of sheets and the kind of cotton they're made from. Everything will be brand standard, and the standard is clearly stipulated and created. It gives consistency. I remember the Novotel in Benua, Bali, in Nusa Dua. I used to take my kids there probably 23 years ago, and it was all stone and natural materials. And at some point, someone came along and put ceramic tiles through half of it, and it destroyed the whole feeling of the experience because it was no longer the original way that it had been designed. So when you have a brand standard, you enable consistency through time.
So it's more than a building, it's a lifestyle.
Yes.
All right, cool.
It's a lifestyle brand. The brand hinges around the concepts of renewal and connection. We're solving problems that people have in today's world. A lot of people feel disconnected. There are a lot of lonely people in the world of all generations. And everyone seeks connection. When we have moments of connection, whether it's with nature or another person, it feeds us. We feel fantastic after that. And in fact, 2 of my daughters trained as master architects, and then they came home, they're twins, identical twins, and they said to me, Mummy, wrong human value system. We're never going to be happy working like this. We need connection. And they went and studied nursing, and they became clinical psychiatric nurses. And they are a part of this project, but for them, everything is about connection. And I think that we need these things, and tourism needs to encompass these things. So at Dayu, we plan to make a very private building where people can come. They will feel very peaceful. The whole ethos of the brand, as you can see from our colors and the design, is super smooth, super relaxing. It's a fantastic location. You can hear the ocean. You can feel the ocean breezes. It's at the end of the road. There are no motorbikes riding past. You can see the golf course and you can see the ocean. And then we invite people in, if they want to, through our concierge. We connect people to further experiences they can have. We have freediving instructors, we have breathwork instructors on site who can be there to give workshops. We also connect with the concept of longevity. I work with some of the world's leading epigenetics researchers in Switzerland. My first degree was actually in social medical anthropology, which in today's world is genetics and epigenetics. And these guys know how to help people live very long and healthy lives naturally through testing and natural treatment. So that's one of the things that I love to do, is to connect people with this kind of technology and experience, because I believe everyone should live a long and healthy life. So that's the core of our building, is to introduce people to a culture where they can meet people quietly in the private spa, maybe have a little chat in the sauna, or just feel connected, even if they're not super social, even if they come on holiday on their own. They will still have conversations during the day within the privacy of the building. They can connect with our trainers, with our coaches. They can connect with our Dayu community of very special minds. Very much, yes, biohacking, longevity, freediving, yoga, Pilates, all these kind of things. And the wonderful businesses in the area are very much keyed around that. We have a relationship with Spring Spa. There's some fantastic gyms. I mean, it's incredible, the facilities in the Bukit. You'll see that in our information. I mean, 8 international schools. How did that happen?
Yeah.
And as you know, you play golf like I do, this great golf course. So yeah, it's really there to give people a very private tourism experience of renewal and connection, and send them away feeling different to how they felt when they arrived. And the environment supports that. It's very close to nature. You can't always find that these days in Bali. It tends to be quite busy here. This is a very special little pocket of land. And you feel it when you stand on it. You realize, oh, wow, this is really cool. There's no one driving past. I've got green all around me and the ocean. How did this happen? And it's only 300 meters walk to the beach. And at the same time, if you want to be with your friends and have a big party night, El Cabron is right there. You can walk home. You can get into Bingin and have all these wonderful experiences that make you feel connected, and it's easy to get home. So I haven't personally found that in every place. In fact, I think a lot of people in Bali, even living here, struggle to find the lifestyle where they're living close to what gives them a sense of renewal and connection.
Sure. So the location obviously makes a lot of difference to the building's ability to fulfill the mission that your core values have sought to create. I get all that. To me, I'm feeling like there are so many projects out there now where you get white tile floors and you get eggshell white walls and you get a smattering of Indonesian, call it artwork, be it on the wall or in the form of potted plants and stuff on the ground. That to me doesn't say Balinese architecture. This doesn't say renew and connect. This doesn't say tropical architecture. This says anywhere architecture stuck into a box on Bali. Dayu is obviously taking a different approach to this. And they're doing, and correct me if I'm wrong, there is interior design and then there's interior decorating. Interior decorating, you're going to get the Balinese painting on the wall and the potted bamboo plant in the corner. But interior design that is going to help investors renew, connect, carry on. Tell me a little bit about
Well, that brings me back to the brand. So when a person buys with us, they have the choice to do whatever they like inside their apartment and live there, but they will never be able to rent that under the brand. To be able to rent it under the brand, it has to have the full branded interior. And the branded interior is architecturally designed. There is photography on the walls, which is of the cliffs and the ocean locally. The whole color scheme, every single material is local and natural. The design is very soft, it's classic.
Yeah.
So one of the issues we've had with Balinese design is it hasn't stood the test of time. It's starting to look a little bit 90s at the moment. What we came into 20 years ago here with stone on the walls and polished concrete, etc., is looking dated. People want to see soft lines. They want to see architectural design that is going to be classic and stand the test of time. And for me, it's imperative to use materials that also are classic and stand the test of time.
Interesting juxtaposition of words there, soft lines. And I know exactly what you're talking about with the abundance of the more traditional, let's call it the 1990s architectural design here, which was heavy timber, heavy stone,
You're always
many
trying
levels.
to sell it now, so you know how people respond to it.
Trying to help people get out of it right now. But I love the Daewoo concept of a softness, both aesthetically with the rounded lines, the soft, earthier tones, but the spaces are also not forced. The spaces seem to me to have a very natural flow, seem to have very natural flow through the building from underground parking and the spa downstairs all the way up to the penthouses up top. There just seems to be a very natural and soft, I like that word, nice soft flow through the whole place.
Well,
really cool.
a lot of people love to go to Europe and experience houses which are 100 or 200 or 300 years old with stone and courtyards and fountains and certain kinds of, flora and fauna and materials. And a lot of those materials are also present in Bali. So we have used a lot of Balinese materials in a more classic European way, which we already understand from those European buildings. We understand those materials and how they feel over that long period of time, and how a stone floor ages, and how it can be maintained, and how a stucco painted wall section ages, and how it can be maintained. And so I've been very strict with my team to create surfaces which can just be maintained and polished and get patina and become more beautiful with time and to feel classic. And the same with the gardens. We really filled everything with lemon trees and bougainvillea. They're local lemon trees, it's local bougainvillea, but it has been used in a more European way. So it's not a traditional Balinese design, as in, what we've just talked about, but it is using traditional Balinese, very local materials. I don't want to impact the environment by bringing things a long way. We will use what's in our local environment, but we'll use it really intelligently and in a classic and stylish and beautiful way, so we will always love it.
Yeah, another piece of the connection puzzle.
Yes.
You're going to be connected locally. Excellent.
Exactly.